Mother has a whole itinerary. Game night tonight, spiced ale tomorrow for Chips Eve. That's Christmas Eve, dinner on the 24th, and then finally, the big soiree, Christmas Day.
Game night?
If you liked my family before, just wait till you see how competitive they can get.
To be honest, I'm surprised she agreed to let me stay.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell her?
There are more than enough rooms.
She looks down on me.
She's a Kenilworth. We look down on everyone. Bunch of spoiled babies. Take my brother Liam. 30 years old and still having his mail sent to mommy's house. Don't worry. They're gonna love you.
I'm not worried.
Aha!
What?
You always look away when you lie.
I do not.
You just did it again!
Fine. But as long as your family's game isn't poker, I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Come on, I'll give you the tour. Kitchen's this way.
Look at that. Wow. Oh, something smells amazing.
It wasn't enough for Mother to hire a private chef? Oh no, she needed a Michelin award winner.
Michelin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If you value your life, you'll back away from my vichyssoise.
Raviel, this is my friend Candace.
Oh, please, just Andy.
She's spending Christmas with us.
A guest?
Mm-hmm.
In that case... Like?
She was actually wondering if you could make General Tso's chicken.
Olivia!
Mademoiselle, I shall make you a chicken the general himself could only dream of.
That espresso machine must have cost a fortune.
A gift from Uncle Gary, as if that woman has ever made a cup of coffee in her life.
If you need someone to make coffee...
Oh, no, you don't. You are here to relax, not work. Come on, I'll get you situated in your room.
What's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
Oh, no, not you. I'm on the phone.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I should have been, Andy?
You remember Liam, my brother from another mother?
Wow, you look, you've grown up.
It happens.
Anyways, Andy's gonna be spending Christmas with us.
Awesome. I gotta take this, but, if you're around, let's catch up.
Why not?
No, I saw it was a photo finish.
Brother from another mother.
When we were growing up, no one seemed to believe we were related. Frankly, I still don't. You're in luck. He just called off his engagement.
My best friend's brother? Aren't there, like, rules about that? Besides, that is literally the last thing on my mind right now.
I saw that.
No. I specifically told the clerk, this party needs to be unique. Yes. Oh, hold on. My daughter, whom I haven't seen in 3 months, just arrived from San Francisco.
Mother?
I asked for amarellas, and they send me a van full of poinsettias. I mean, does this place look like a Michael's to you?
Your diamond. I had it cleaned for your party as requested.
Thank you, Bridget.
That's a diamond?
Wait till you see it. She loves it more than her 2 children.
What is Candace doing here?
Andy is actually staying with us.
It's okay, really. I can stay at the motel down the street.
She's not staying in a motel. She is staying in our spare guest room.
The guest room where I keep my very expensive, very rare imported German figurines?
Unless you'd like me to stay at the motel as well.
We'd love to have you.
Love you, Mother.
Are you still there? Yes, good. Could you please have someone connect me to someone who actually has taste?
Hey, don't let Mother get to you. She's got this whole confident, posh society woman act down. It's just to hide how stressed she is.
I've got this. Go be with your family. You don't look that expensive. Pardon-moi, but where might a lady find the loo? Look at this place.
I'm more than happy to help the department. Let me write you a check. Andy.
Hi.
I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation as to why you're in my study.
I was looking for the loo or bathroom.
Other direction.
My apologies.
Wait, this is Detective Billings.
Hi.
Hi.
I've been watching you since the moment you pulled through my gates. I know everything that happens in my house.
Is that right?
Don't be so tough on her, Margaret. She doesn't look like she's got anything to hide. Isn't that right?
Well, there was this parking ticket I got a couple of months ago.
I'll let that one slide.
I'll get out of your hair.
Hey, Andy.
Yeah,
See you around.
I look forward to it.
It's ridiculous. We fly all the way across the country to make her a killer offer. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less.
Heaven forbid someone actually say no to you for once, Daddy. No phones in the house during functions. Mother's rules.
Harper, we do it every year.
Yeah, and it's annoying every year.
You need to stay on your aunt's good side.
My aunt isn't an influencer.
Neither are you.
I see you've met my Aunt Lenora, Uncle Gary's wife, and my cousin Harper.
That apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Newton's Law at its finest.
What's their story?
Sour grapes. Older sister inherits all the money, marries wealthy, while the younger half-brother just fails at one venture after another. Phone?
What are we supposed to do?
Make conversation? Like the old days?
Wait, is that Jackie Evanston, the writer?
She and my mother have been friends for years.
Ma'am, can I get that for you?
It's
No, really, I'll take it.
Let's see what it says. I don't believe we've had the pleasure. And you are?
a fan. Big fan. Candace Kane.
Candace Kane, huh? As in Candy Cane?
Please, just Andy.
So, just Andy. Olivia's childhood friend, formerly of New England.
She told you about me?
Oh, she didn't have to.
Then how did you?
Well, you're the same age. And as the only other non-Kenilworth in attendance, I imagine the Jeep parked out front with the summer camp bumper sticker on it belongs to you.
And what about New England?
Well, if the likes of Olivia Kenilworth were in attendance, I imagine Camp Bayview was not inexpensive, in which case one of your parents probably worked there, which means you grew up within commuting distance. Christmas cookie?
There is no greater pleasure in life
Then
than...
a well-made cookie. You read Mayhem Molasses.
Are you kidding? That was your very first Bertie Pickett mystery. Although personally, I don't think the miniseries did her justice.
Oh, you and me both.
Ugh, don't look now.
Who is that?
Remember how I told you my brother just called off his engagement? I present Amelia Vanderkamp.
As in the Vanderkamps? One of the richest families in the city?
The country, actually. Mother keeps a chart.
Oh.
Liam,
Amelia.
I must admit I was surprised your mother invited me.
Well, that makes two of us.
But since I'm here, I was hoping the two of us could talk.
I don't think there's anything left to say.
You're really that determined to throw us away?
Yes.
Oh, good. We're all here. If you would, please join me in the dining room for a pre-game feast. Amelia,
Margaret?
Please.
There you go.
Bless you.
So, when you say Michelin award winning, are you referring to the tire? Because this looks like rubber.
So cute, my half-sister's trying so hard to impress us. You know, I don't recall anyone complaining about the caviar from Zambar's last year.
I would have prepared the meal myself, but things have just been so busy at the company.
Well, I wouldn't take any victory laps just yet.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say, that's all about market trends. Construction is up, therefore people need concrete. It's not gonna last.
Wouldn't these trends affect the real estate market as well?
People will always need housing. I'm actually headed back on the red eye to close on a new property.
300 units. Parkview.
In other words, you came all this way to hit your sister up for more money.
And to see everyone.
Candace, Margaret tells me you're a waitress.
It's actually just Andy.
Barista, part-time, just so I can pay back my student loans.
She's actually a very talented writer. She has a degree in creative writing from Berkeley.
Oh, my first job out of school was writing instructional manuals for DVD players.
Well, at least I know who to call if I need a latte.
Mother.
If I could please have everyone's attention. A toast to exciting new business ventures, present and future. And to the company of loved ones. Cheers.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Cheers.
You wouldn't believe how much they wanted for that estate.
Thank you.
$20 says she asks for cookies.
Is there anything you won't bet on?
30?
You're on.
You wouldn't happen to have any milk and cookies, would you?
And the price of those houses are way high.
Mother?
You've barely said a word to Amelia all night.
Please.
Would it really kill you to talk to her? Do you have any idea what she's worth?
You're something else, you know that?
And with the market the way that it is, why bother?
Anyone hear that? I think there's someone out there.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls!
So embarrassing.
Every year, Santa brings the games for game night, and the newest guest gets to choose the first one.
Wait, you mean me?
Well, we couldn't possibly neglect a cherished time-honored tradition.
Go on, make it a good one.
Or better yet, none at all. Then we can be done for the night.
It's okay. I'll let someone else pick.
Rules are rules.
Fine. How about whodunit? We all used to play this at camp, remember? Everyone picks a card, and the object of the game is to figure out which player goes with which identity.
You were so good at it, too.
Mind if I take a peek?
Oh, put that silly game away. I've got something far more interesting in mind to play. This year we're gonna play a new game. I call it Windfall. I won't lie. Financially, it's been a very good year. Not to mention that, well, my dividends have paid out quite well. So, in the spirit of giving, I've decided to share my good fortune with one of you. The object of the game is quite simple. You're gonna pitch why you, and you alone, deserve the prize.
But you don't expect us to believe that Margaret Kenilworth is just gonna give money away, do you?
Who said anything about money? No. The winner of this game gets my Christmas diamond. And since my son is so fond of tradition, our guest will choose the winner.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly.
No, it's okay. It's just a game.
Is it now? No pressure, dear. All you have to do is decide who gets the Christmas diamond.
Well, let the games begin.
I want all of you to take just a moment to carefully think about your pitch.
I don't need a moment. The answer's obvious. Everyone knows precious metals and gems are the most stable investments on the market, and I am the only person in this room who can guarantee the triple its value. Minus a small percentage for myself, of course.
What if my mother doesn't want to invest?
You just want it for yourself.
Well, in all fairness, everyone knows I love her the most. Right, Mother?
It would help me launch my own fashion line.
Oh? Business not exactly booming?
Excuse me if we're not all buying up real estate.
If you're gonna give it to one of the kids, at least give it to the one still in school.
So, you, basically.
Do you even have any designs?
Actually.
Well, what about me? I'm practically family.
Well, since we're opening it up, Jackie, care to make a pitch?
I'm perfectly comfortable, thank you.
Could buy you a bigger house.
I'm a divorcee living in Beverly Hills. I have more than enough space.
Perhaps your chef could use it to buy himself another award.
I earned that award.
My palate begs to differ.
Perhaps your palate would prefer fast food.
What about Bridget?
The maid?
Butler.
I mean, let's be honest, does anyone else here really need it?
Candace does.
I'm good. Thanks.
Oh, sweetie, I've seen your car. You are not good.
Andy, have you made your decision yet?
I appreciate you putting your trust in me, but honestly, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Oh, you silly girl. I'd never put my trust in you.
But
do you really think I would let you decide what to do with my diamond? No. I've made my own decision. And I've decided that not one of you deserves my diamond.
My sister just loves lording over the rest of us, doesn't she?
Oh my God, my outfit! Do you have any idea how much this costs?
Okay, it was clearly an accident.
My family has fired maids for less.
Miss Kenilworth, if you just...
Amelia's right. Bridget, you're fired. Go on.
it's Christmas.
Well, in the spirit of the season, let me give you some advice. Never forget your place.
Excuse me?
Please, as if I haven't had hundreds of these things.
Since when?
Wow, Mom, you really are oblivious.
Not until we talk.
I wouldn't want to take you away from my aunt's money.
Is that what you think?
You don't even like these people.
We don't have to like them. They're family.
Finally, the first honest thing you said all day. Harper? Harper?
Harper, don't walk away from me.
You never listen to me, so what's the
going
point?
on with you?
There's nothing wrong with my trip. I don't get it. What's the deal?
You are not of age. That's why it's a big deal.
Moment of truth. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being an absolute train wreck.
10. Definitely a 10.
You always had the cutest laugh.
Thank you.
Do you remember that one summer we made dream catchers at camp?
I remember the summer I made a dream catcher. As I recall, you got a little tangled in yours.
And as I recall, you laughed so hard Mountain Dew spurted out your nose.
I forgot about that.
I think my sister still has some Polaroids of it somewhere. The one and only Candy Cane. I still can't believe you're here. And not just here, but also under, you know.
Let me guess. We couldn't possibly neglect a cherished time-honored tradition.
Exactly. We should probably...
Yeah.
You know what? I should make some more cocoa.
Why don't we have the professional make some coffee? I, for one, would love an espresso.
Tell me, have you ever had a spiced gingerbread latte?
I can't say I've had the pleasure.
Then today is your lucky day.
Harper, this is ridiculous. I cannot believe you are doing this to us.
What?
I can't believe you.
You know what? I need some air.
Where are you going? Harper!
What are you doing? He's your best friend's brother. What? Is it a fuse?
What happened?
Probably just a fuse.
I'll find it. I gotta take this thing off first.
I'll help.
What are we supposed to do?
Great. Who is that?
Mother, is something wrong?
Where'd they go?
Who?
Margaret, what happened? Are you okay?
It's the diamond. Someone stole the Christmas diamond.
Angie, did you see anyone?
Just the car outside. I'm telling you, it was right there.
What is going on? What's all the ruckus?
Looks like someone got the diamond after all.
The Christmas diamond's missing?
Well, forget game night. Looks like we've got ourselves a real mystery.
It has to be here somewhere.
If I don't leave soon, I'm gonna miss my flight.
No one is going anywhere. Not until we find my diamond.
Oh, for crying out loud, you probably just forgot where you put it.
No, it was right there with me in the study, which means someone took it. And since the rest of my staff had already left, my money is on one of you. Until we figure out who, no one is allowed to leave.
Maybe it was that horrid chef or that clumsy maid.
Butler. Bridget already had the diamond. If she wanted it, she could have kept it.
What do you think? The first rule of crime solving is observation.
Well, what about Andy?
Amelia.
No. Go on. I want to hear this.
Well, she being a woman of limited means, I'm guessing she's probably up to her eyeballs in student debt.
So that automatically makes her a criminal?
Frankly, if anyone's acting suspicious around here, it's you, Uncle Gary.
Me? What do you mean?
Why the sudden hurry to leave?
I told you I have to close the deal.
Right. Tell us again how successful your business is.
Why?
Because truly successful people don't keep reminding people how successful they are.
You've never lived in New York.
And where were you?
She was talking to me.
Then I went outside to take a phone call.
How? I took your phone.
My other phone. I'm an influencer. My phone is my life.
Yeah, I keep saying that. Maybe it'll actually come true.
Sweetkins, honey. Nice. Sweetkins, honey. Look, before you go pointing your finger at my little girl, I suggest you take a closer look to home.
Why would I steal my mother's diamond?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you know where the circuit breaker is in your own house?
What about Olivia?
What about me?
A multi-million-dollar diamond is certainly better than collecting unemployment.
Who said anything about being unemployed?
You're the one that said you needed money for work.
Because I wanted to start my own company. If you must know, the company that I work for just finished designing a sneaker line for an NBA star, and I had to sign an NDA. So forgive me if I didn't put myself in legal trouble just to impress you.
Excuse me?
Oh, good. She's ready to confess.
Actually, I was going to suggest that we search our rooms.
Our rooms?
Actually, Andy has a point. It's likely our thief has the diamond on them or they've stashed it somewhere.
This is ridiculous.
The sooner we find it, the sooner Margaret will let us leave.
Although she does have a point.
Well, what if I say I don't want Candace going through my things?
I'd say you're hiding something.
Please.
Jackie, you're an impartial party. Would you mind leading the search?
Not at all. However, I would like her to come along.
Jackie, you really don't have to.
As of this moment, you are my assistant. And the game is afoot, my dear Watson.
Guess it wasn't Harper.
Come on. Gary and Lenore's room is that way.
I'll catch up with you.
I swear, I only came back for a few things. You've always been kind to me. Why would I hurt you?
Margaret is many things. Kind is not one of them.
I didn't even come back inside until after the power went out. I thought it might be a chance to grab a few things I'd forgotten.
You ordered a ride, didn't you? That explains the car I saw.
Well, I suppose since you're back here, you might as well stay and help out.
So I'm no longer fired?
Consider it probation.
I think I found something you're all gonna want to see.
In whose room?
Hers. In there.
I hope you slept well last night, because you have some serious explaining to do.
Margaret, I warned you. She's nothing but trouble.
I knew it from the moment I set eyes on her.
You can always tell a person based on their family.
You look like you could use one of these.
Thanks, but I'm not hungry. Did no one else think it was a coincidence that she, of all people, just happened to find it in my suitcase?
Why? Because you're trying to hook up with my fiance?
Ex-fiance.
So you do like him?
Oh, please.
Curious. You broke eye contact when you said that, but not when you said you didn't take the diamond.
I don't suppose nervous habits are admissible in court.
Afraid not.
I think I'll have one after all.
Ah. What is this?
Give that to me. I brought this back from Rudental myself 30 years ago.
I wasn't gonna take it.
You just what?
I forgot it was in my pocket.
Oh. Detective Billings, please. Margaret Kenilworth. It's urgent. Of course I'll hold.
I told you it was an accident.
You honestly expect me to believe that you accidentally pocketed a collectible worth $5,000?
And who knows what else she's capable of?
The house has security cameras. I imagine they record somewhere?
Well, you'll have to ask Liam. He set them up.
Olivia, I swear, I didn't take anything from your mother.
Okay, this is right after the lights came back on and my mother screamed.
You see? I was in the kitchen.
What about those blind spots? Is there another angle?
That's it for the hallway.
You would have seen me cross.
Unless you took the other way out.
Other way out?
Well, I'll be.
Oh, come on. How would I know that was there?
Maybe Liam told you.
But he didn't.
Or Bridget. You two seemed chummy.
I swear on my life, I had nothing to do with this. Olivia. Olivia!
You gotta admit, Andy, it looks pretty bad.
Okay, fine. Let's pretend for a minute that I did do it. What do you think happened?
Let's start with when you went to the kitchen, supposedly to make coffee.
Supposedly.
What if you took the secret elevator to the basement and cut the power instead? Then, with everyone thinking you were still in the kitchen, you took the elevator back up to the study where you watched and waited for just the right moment and stole the diamond. Then, you simply came back down to the kitchen and waited for Gary to turn the power back on. You had the opportunity, you had the motive, and let's not forget the item was recovered from your possession.
It was recovered from my bag. I'd call that a pretty big difference.
I'd call that probable cause. Why would someone want to put it in your things?
Maybe the thief panicked when they found out we were searching the rooms and hid it, hoping to retrieve it later. Or someone's deliberately setting me up. Have you thought about that?
Who would do such a thing?
Amelia or Margaret. You know they both hate me. Tell you what, I'll make you a bet.
Now you sound like Liam.
If I can poke 3 holes in your theory, you have to accept the possibility that someone's setting me up.
And if you don't?
I'll drive to the police station myself. So, how about it?
I accept. But humor me. How exactly do you plan to pull off this minor miracle?
What would you say to a good old-fashioned interrogation?
I'd say good idea. There's just one thing I'll be requiring first. Cookie?
I had breakfast, thank you.
They're my mother's recipe. She had a secret ingredient.
Finally, a case I can really sink my teeth into.
Any particular reason why you wanted them?
All in due time, my young apprentice. Please, tell us what happened.
Well, I went to the study to put the diamond back in the safe. Next thing I knew, the lights went out. By the time the power came back on, the diamond was gone.
Well, Liam and I had gone looking for the circuit breaker. I'm in charge of the Christmas lights every year, so believe me, I know a thing or two about fuses. Anyway, he went upstairs. I went to the basement. Well, I mean, of course I was right. Come on, circuit breaker upstairs, really? And my half-sister says her side of the family got all the brains? Oh, jeez.
Speaking of your sister, this afternoon it sounded like you two might have had a disagreement.
They fly all the way across the country to make her a killer offer. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less.
What exactly was this killer offer you were fighting about?
I wouldn't call it a fight. We'd simply offered the woman an opportunity for a new investment. Is it so wrong to want to share our good fortune with family?
Are you sure it was her good fortune you cared about?
What are you suggesting?
Just trying to fill in details.
Details? You wouldn't know the first thing about wealth management. Seriously, what is the point of all this? We all know what really happened. Personally, I wish the cops would just come and put an end to this ridiculous charade.
Do we really know what happened? Beyond a reasonable doubt?
Speak of the devil.
You don't think?
Yes? Really? Okay, great. See you then. You'll be happy to know that that was the detective calling me back.
I appreciate your concern, but if you would permit me to investigate for just a little while longer.
Well, lucky for you then. I want Billings to investigate, and he isn't able to come until tomorrow afternoon, at which time he'll be taking statements personally, and in all likelihood, taking you. So, I'm not the one to be concerned here.
Are you sure? Because I'm innocent. And that means whoever did steal your diamond is still here in this house.
Prove it. Or the only piece of jewelry you'll be getting this Christmas will be a pair of handcuffs.
I've known Margaret for 20 years. You cannot let her get to you.
I know. It's just, she's so good at it.
Stay focused.
So, are we done here?
Not quite. Let's skip ahead to later in the evening, after Bridget spilled on you.
I went to go clean off my outfit, which incidentally is probably completely ruined. I ran into Harper in the kitchen, and we had the loveliest little mother-daughter chat.
It seemed pretty heated.
I can't believe you.
You know what? I need some air.
Where are you going?
I told my mother that I'm not going to France with the university. I mean, I am going, just not for school.
What's his name?
Cedric. He'd come as part of the exchange program last semester. I told my mother that he's handsome, he's educated, he comes from a good family. And not to mention, he's uber rich.
This is what, your third school?
Fourth.
How did your family react to the news?
Aunt Margaret threatened to cut off my inheritance.
That seems a little drastic, considering.
Indeed. And where were you when the blackout happened?
Outside, in the garden, texting Cedric. See?
Did anyone else see you?
That weird French guy, the chef.
Raphael. Yoo-hoo, Liam. Over here.
Oh, sorry. It's all, it's kind of exciting, this being my first interrogation and all. I mean, not that it's a, you know what I mean.
Just take us through what happened.
Okay. Well, Andy left to go make coffee, and then the power went out, and Uncle Gary and I went to go look for the fuse box.
You didn't know where it was?
Well, Mother always had people take care of stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Wait, you're not asking if I had something to do with the, with what happened?
Well, did you?
No. I mean, even if I was gonna take it, why would I do it last night when the house was full of guests? I mean, I could have gone into the study anytime.
Good point.
Did anyone actually see you go upstairs? Liam?
No. No, there was no one else up there.
Yes, I was upstairs. I was feeling tired and I wanted to lie down.
You didn't by any chance happen to see Liam, did you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I did.
Funny, because he specifically said there was no one else up there.
That's probably because he wanted to spare her feelings. You honestly didn't believe it takes that long to look for a circuit breaker, did you? I didn't come back down until after the power came back, when Margaret screamed. In any case, I hope I was some help. It's always hard to see something so horrible happen to someone so close.
Thank you. What a family.
Okay. 3 holes. 3 holes. I got it. Hole 1. You suggested that I took the elevator to and from the basement, But the elevator runs on electricity. That would have made it useless during the blackout.
Not bad.
Hole 2. While it's true I might have had a motive, I'm certainly not the only one. And lots of people besides me had an opportunity.
Do I hear number 3? Andy.
Look, Jackie, you know I'm one of your biggest fans, and the last thing I'd ever want to do is accuse you of anything.
Says the girl who's about to accuse me of something.
Well, even you would have to admit that lately you've been borrowing from some of your earlier works.
I'm listening.
For instance, I guessed the killer's identity in the second chapter of Murder at 30,000 Feet because it was the exact same motive and culprit as Blood
on the Snow. You got me.
Of course, I'm referring to the book since the movie changed the killer's identity.
Well, they thought it would be easier to get a name, but I failed to see the relevance.
Well, if we are borrowing from some of our past works, consider the plot Fatal Combination. A priceless jewel disappears from an heiress's safe in the middle of a dinner party. As I recall, wasn't the twist in that book that the one who done it was the detective herself?
3 holes.
See? I didn't do it.
You poked 3 holes in my theory. That does not mean you're innocent.
Yeah.
I got it. I cracked the case.
You did?
It took a while, but I finally figured it out. Black pepper.
Yes, Jackie. Black pepper. You never did tell me why you wanted them in the first place.
Simple. A guilty party will always want to find something to focus on to sell their prevarication.
Such as, say, a plate of freshly baked cookies?
Not to mention, it's much more tasty than a polygraph. Oh, look at the time. It's getting late. We'll finish this in the morning.
But the detective will be here.
In the afternoon. We'll have it all figured out by then.
You look like you could use some of our famous Kenilworth spiced ale. Mother makes it special every Tibbs Eve.
Is it alcoholic?
Very. I'm guessing you haven't had much luck solving the case.
Honestly, I'm a little light on motives.
Well, how about I walk you to your room and we can talk about it?
Why didn't you say you saw Amelia upstairs?
What exactly did she tell you? Andy.
Come on. I'll walk with you.
Why do I feel like a prisoner?
You're not locked up.
I might as well be. The police are coming tomorrow.
Just try to get some rest, okay?
Jackie, you believe me, don't you?
3 holes. Good night.
I figure it's either someone who's trying to threaten me or
what?
help me. Come on. We've known each other how long? Do you really think I could steal anything from anyone? Ever?
I admit, I may have rushed a little in doubting you.
Doubting what exactly? You can play your little games with me, but you mess with my son, and you will witness a side of me you wish you never knew.
Oh my God.
Besides, he's already spoken for by someone far more deserving of his affections than you.
Does your family own a typewriter? It's this one.
Okay. You got me.
See how the triangle of the A is filled in?
Mm-hmm.
This machine is a match.
Any thoughts on who could have used this?
Besides yours and hers, are there any other keys?
Liam. And she keeps an extra key in the kitchen for the staff.
So theoretically, anyone could have access.
Correct.
No. There is one person we didn't talk to last night. Someone on the staff.
Little Miss Entitled was telling the truth.
Fast forward to the blackout. He went inside before the blackout. He had time to cut the power and steal the diamond.
We need to find him.
What is it?
The clicker for the gate. It's missing. No, stop it right there! Boom!
What is going on? What's all the racket?
The chef, he's on the run.
Margaret, check upstairs. I'm checking down here.
Gary, what are you doing?
Where is he? Go!
You could have hurt someone.
What was that, a musket?
Come on, he couldn't have gotten far.
Rafi? We just want to talk.
Raphael! Raphael! I don't see him.
If he is innocent, he's doing a terrible job trying to convince us. Look, about last night.
We're not kids at camp anymore. Whatever happened with Amelia is your business, not mine.
But that's the thing. Nothing did happen.
Tell me something. And I want the truth, okay?
I promise.
How much money do you owe?
Wow. I didn't see that coming.
Can't help it. I love a good mystery.
How did you know?
When we first met, you were carrying a newspaper open to the sports pages. I'm guessing for bets you'd placed. You were having a heated conversation on the phone with someone. And you have a tendency to make everything a wager.
$20 says she asks for cookies.
Is there anything you won't bet on?
150,000.
I hate to say it, but I just found your motive. What were you really doing upstairs during the blackout? I know there's something you're not telling me.
You're right. I wasn't alone. I saw that Amelia was in her room, and I went to go see her. I reminded her that it was over between us, and that I wanted her to go home.
How'd she take that?
She said she would. That is until Mother locked the whole place down like her private little Xanadu Alcatraz. That sounded like my mother.
Mother! So you're saying you have no clue whether or not you were pushed?
All I know is one moment I'm at the top of the stairs looking for Raphael, and the next moment I'm lying on the floor with my head pounding.
Well, we're gonna have to get that checked out. And that's not a request, Margaret. Better safe than sorry.
Right.
We'd all gone out to look for Raphael.
This big-time chef my half-sister tried to impress us with.
It wasn't until we heard Mother's screams that we all went running.
Bridget was the first to find her.
She was just lying there, at the bottom of the stairs.
There's no way Rafi could ever hurt anyone.
I never dreamed that we would be in some kind of physical danger.
If I were you, I'd be asking about Andy.
Andy and I were out by the garden when it happened.
You don't think this case will be big enough for a vlog, do you? Or a podcast?
Can you think of anyone who may have wanted to harm Margaret?
My sister?
I imagine a better question might be,
Who didn't? Anything?
Someone stopped the recording just before she fell.
All right, let's go, buddy.
Can I help you?
I'm a crime writer.
Jackie Evanson. My wife's a huge fan.
I was hoping you might allow my assistant and me to observe.
This is an active police investigation.
Perhaps your wife might like a signed advance copy of my latest novel?
Please. Only to observe. Wolfgang Puck here was just about to tell me how he shoved Margaret down the stairs. Weren't you?
No, I never laid a hand on Margaret. As for the night of the theft, oui, I was outside. I needed some air after what that woman said about my work. Finally, I went back inside.
And then the power went out in the house, right? How convenient.
Is it? It's older house, older wiring. I have to be careful with the appliances as it is.
And that's when you stole the diamond, right?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you. All the fame, the accolades, little criticism from Lenora had to sting, no? Maybe you were thinking payback.
One victim, 10 suspects. And because everyone was separated, 10 opportunities. I bet you a cookie that if the police were to question everyone, they'd find 10 innocent people. 9 innocent people. And 1 liar. Raphael,
Excuse me, Miss
Vous avez
Evanson.
dit que vous n'aviez rien à cacher. Alors pourquoi avez-vous essayé de vous échapper?
J'ai dit que je n'avais fait de mal à personne. Je n'ai pas dit que je n'avais rien à cacher.
Alors, s'il vous plaît, dites-le la vérité.
For years, I've been working with my guides. Catering, consultations. When the work became more consistent, she gave me access to funds to cover expenses. Business at the restaurant was not so good at first. I had to borrow money just to make ends meet.
Let me guess. You didn't ask.
I planned to pay it back before she knew it was even gone.
How much exactly did you borrow?
30 or 40,000.
30 or 40,000.
But that's why I went back into the house. To pay it back, plus interest. I know how it looks like. My prints were in the safe. I had a motive. That's why I ran. Not because I stole a diamond. Certainly not because I hurt someone.
You just admitted you're a thief. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
The thief.
Pardon?
The card. At first, I thought it was someone trying to accuse me, but what if it was a clue? Look. This artwork, the thief, the food, and Raphael. That can't be a coincidence.
Excellent work, Andy.
This means that someone on the inside knew his secret.
Mother!
Do you know how many times I fell off my horse when I was little? It's gonna take a little more than a tumble to break me. Still, under the circumstances, I've decided to cancel tomorrow's Christmas party.
So that's it then, we can leave.
Gary.
What? We all saw they caught the guy.
Not just yet. I'll be back in the morning to investigate this diamond incident.
But it was returned.
Are you forgetting the part where someone tried to kill my mother?
Or she slipped, or accidents happen. Come on.
You seem to be in a bit of a hurry.
Yes, I am. I have to get back to the city, and there's still time to grab the red eye, so I think I'm gonna do that.
Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ask all of you to stick around for a bit. Including you, Hanson. Good evening.
Thank you, Detective.
My pleasure, Margaret.
Don't think this changes anything.
Margaret, for crying out loud, an arrest has been made.
Okay, Mother.
I apologize. It would seem my friend is having a hard time accepting that you're off the hook.
Except, Raphael is innocent.
You know something, don't you?
Come now, Jackie. What's the fun in opening your presents before Christmas morning? The Prowler. waiting for her to open the safe. But how did you get in without the security cameras seeing you? It couldn't be that simple.
Jackie! Oh, Andy, you scared the beezus out of me. I was just about to have a little midnight snack. If you care to join. The Prowler?
At first, I didn't know what it meant. Then when I went into the study, I started to think, how did the thief get in without being seen? Look, footprints outside the study. The reason no one was seen going into the study was because they were already inside.
The window. That's how they got in.
If we can match the shoes, we could find the thief.
Amelia? What's going on? And what are you doing in here?
I wanted to ask you some questions.
At 2 a.m? Hey, what are you looking for?
Your shoes.
My shoes? Why?
Where were you when the blackout happened?
Am I a suspect now?
Amelia, everyone in this house is a suspect.
Unless you have an alibi.
I told you. I came back here to lie down. And then Liam came in.
Yes, Liam told me all about it.
Did he?
Nothing happened, did it?
Okay, so I might have embellished a little bit earlier.
Embellished how, exactly?
You're right. Nothing happened.
In fact, Liam told you that he wanted you to leave, didn't he?
Well, you're the detective, Jackie. Is that detail really relevant to my alibi?
Just answer her question.
Yes. Happy?
Not quite. At what point did you go into Andy's room? And if I were you, I'd be very careful how you answer that question.
I saw the way he was laughing and flirting with her. And so I got jealous, okay?
Because he was laughing?
Because he never smiled at me that way.
Really?
So I wanted to find out more about you. What makes you a nobody from Maine?
New Hampshire?
Massachusetts.
So special. Was it stupid? Yeah. Petty? Definitely. But no, I didn't steal Margaret's diamond.
Well, she's telling the truth. The treads aren't even close, and they are way too small.
I told you. Look, I didn't come here to start trouble. I came here because Margaret invited me. She led me to believe that there was a chance that I could win Liam back. But the minute I saw him with you, I knew that was impossible. I let her get in my head, and for that, I'm sorry. We're just not meant to be.
Back to square one. And that detective will be back in the morning.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I promise.
Oh, something smells amazing.
Did Raphael come back?
Merry Christmas, everyone. I've got all the traditional holiday food. Baked ham with pineapple, turkey with fruit stuffing, sugar cookie martinis. Oh, that would be for me. Hi.
I'm not late, am I?
Detective, you're just in time. Come on in.
Do you know what this is about?
Miss Kenilworth?
Detective?
Now that we're all here, I'm sure you're wondering what all this is about. Well, I thought since we all had so much fun playing Margaret's little game the other night, I'd introduce us to a brand new one. And this one is called Catch a Thief. But before we begin, please open your cards. Just don't show anyone what yours says.
Okay.
Shall we begin? Jackie, let's start with you. Easy one. Olivia?
Boring.
Let's just overlook that time you stole the Snickers bar from the cafeteria. Liam?
Appropriate.
Are we really going to flip through these one by one so you can embarrass us?
Not yet. Now, this is where things start to get interesting. Let's go back through the events of the night the diamond was taken. Everyone went into the parlor after dinner for post-dinner cocktails and hot chocolate, except for Gary, who snuck away to change his clothes and returned dressed as Santa. Around 7:15, Bridget tripped, spilling the tray of cocoa on Lenora. And that's when Lenora insisted she be fired and Margaret subjected her to a rather public humiliation.
And well-deserved, if you ask me.
More on that in a little bit. 7:20 p.m. Harper goes into the kitchen where she stole a sip of an alcoholic beverage.
I'm sorry, you did what?
But that's not as surprising as what happened next. Harper and her mother step into the foyer to fight. Not about the drink, but about college.
What about college?
Harper, would you please share your card with everyone? It would seem your daughter's interest in going overseas has little to do with the studying she's no longer doing, and more to do with a young man named Cedric.
But you dropped out? Again?
Dad.
So those tuition checks that I've been sending?
Are subsidizing her lifestyle as an influencer. So while she may seem to have no motivation for taking the diamond, Margaret threatened to cut off her inheritance.
So you knew about this?
I simply was looking after her best interest.
Still, it was a little harsh considering this has been more or less a pattern with your niece. So why now? What makes this time different?
She needed to learn a lesson.
Or it touched a nerve. Because like Cedric, you too had fallen in love with someone beneath your station. A commoner. Isn't that right?
I don't like your tone.
You told them Cedric was, and I quote, uber rich, but that was a lie, wasn't it?
No.
Unfortunately, the text gave you away.
He said he would meet me in Paris.
And that he'd never been. Anyone who was, as you put it, uber rich would have been to Paris. No, the truth is, Cedric comes from your regular, everyday, working class family, doesn't he? That's why your aunt reacted the way she did, because she herself had been through the same thing.
Oh, that's preposterous.
If that's the case, I assume you wouldn't mind sharing your card with the table. everyone's noticed the lack of familial resemblance between Liam and Olivia. Is it possible that's because Liam's father wasn't actually Mr. Kenilworth?
Wait, what?
That would explain why you demanded Harper end her relationship. Because your mother did the same. It also explains that comment you made after dinner.
Never forget your place. That is the most absurd thing I have.
The letter you got in the mail from the genealogy company.
I'd always suspected. Now I have confirmation.
Mother? That can't be true, is it? Mother. Why wouldn't you tell me?
In case you hadn't noticed, there's been a lot going on these past couple days.
At 7:40, Margaret went to return the diamond to her safe, while I left the room to make coffee. But while I was gone, the blackout happened. Gary and Liam went looking for the circuit breaker. But when Liam went upstairs, instead of looking for the breaker box, he actually went to confront Amelia, who, by that point, was already in her room. And that means neither she or Liam would have had time to steal the diamond. So then, who did? The question we need to ask first is, who cut the power? But what if no one did? What if the blackout was the culmination of something that had been set in motion hours before? Gary, you hang the Christmas lights outside this house every year?
I'm in charge of the Christmas lights every year, so believe me, I know a thing or two about fuses.
And as Raphael admitted,
He's over the house, all the wiring. I have to be careful with the appliances as it is.
so is it possible that you loaded the circuit so precisely that the flip of one switch would have triggered the circuit breaker? The switch on, say, a very expensive Italian espresso machine?
Why don't we have a professional make some coffee? I, for one, would love an espresso.
After all, it was your suggestion in the first place.
All right, well, how do you explain the boots?
Simple. There was a pair of boots, and they were right under our nose the whole time. Santa boots. After dinner, Gary went to the study, which he'd already cased earlier. That was the noise I had heard outside my window since it's right underneath. So when the power went out, as he had planned, Gary was able to slip past Margaret and steal the diamond.
Why would I possibly need my older sister's diamond?
Perhaps your wife's card could help shed some light on this.
The opportunist?
Margaret, your brother and his wife claimed they wanted you to double down and invest your returns. But the truth is, you told them you wanted to pull your investments. Isn't that right? Yes. Which would have caused their little Ponzi scheme to collapse. But that's not why you decided to cash out, is it? After all, as you said, you were making excellent returns, even if you were the only one involved in their little pyramid scheme to do so. No. The financial situation isn't quite the whole story.
The cheater?
Your sister knew about the affair, didn't she?
What affair?
Bridget, your card?
The maid?
Butler.
An unstable marriage would have made any investment in their partnership particularly risky, wouldn't it? And let's be honest, no experienced butler would make so clumsy a spill unless it was on purpose. Jealousy of a particular spouse, perhaps? So, when he realized he wasn't going to get away cleanly with the diamond, and aware that his sister was already suspicious of me, he stashed it in my things when we split up to search the rooms. But when you couldn't get the diamond, you decided that you'd have to get your money a different way, didn't you? Inheritance.
So you're accusing me of throwing my very own sister down the stairs?
Bro, no. It had to look like an accident, which you'd already set into motion.
Margaret, check upstairs!
All you had to do was wait for her to try to come back down and trip. After, of course, you cut the cameras.
Gary, is this true?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if something happens to her, You're the only one in this room who instantly gets 4 zeros added to their net worth.
After all I've done for you.
Your move.
What? Oh my.
You can't do this! Do you know who we are? Wait till you hear from our lawyers.
Andy, I admit I might have been quick to judgment.
I'm just happy we found the person responsible for hurting you.
Thank you. Olivia, please, can we have a moment to speak?
It's funny. I don't know what else there would be to say at this point.
I know, and I'm so sorry if I've hurt you. But you have to know that everything I've done, all the sacrifices I've made throughout the years, have been for you and your brother. I know I can be a bit overbearing, but it always comes from a place of love. Come here. Okay, I love you. Let's go inside. Thank you.
So, did I make a pretty good sidekick?
Actually, I think you'd make an even better detective.
Thanks to you.
Well, you cracked the case.
But you're the one who sent the cards, detective.
I just gave you a little nudge. I've been thinking about writing a book about the past couple of days.
Oh?
Care to co-write?
Really?
I even have a title. Christmas Diamonds Are Forever. How the Thief Stole Christmas?
How about just The Case of the Christmas Diamond?
Written by Jackie Evanson and Candace Kane. A candy cane mystery.
Not sure about that last part.
That wouldn't happen to be our famous Kenilworth spiced ale, would it?
It's delicious.
I'd say that was well earned. Being Christmas, I got you a gift.
You did?
Yeah. Well, you remember those photos you and Olivia took back at camp? Well, I made you an album. Andy, I know I'm not perfect, but I also want you to know that I found a local chapter of Gamblers Anonymous. And in fact, the next meeting is tomorrow night.
Good for you. But if you're asking me to join you, I don't think it's quite a +1 situation.
I was thinking something maybe a little bit more romantic. Maybe for New Year's if you're not busy. I've been aimless for so long. It's time that I got things under control. For the both of us.
Speaking of romance...
We couldn't possibly neglect a cherished time-honored tradition.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.